Hello and welcome to the Social Today Show. My name is Jonathan Pollinger of Intranet Future, and once again here I am on a Monday morning at 8:45 BST with the latest social media news that matters. So I hope you can join in the discussion this morning. So please do feel free to comment, to give me your views on the latest social media news, and to also ask me questions. And if you're watching this on the replay, don't hold back. You can still ask me questions in the comments, or of course you could tweet me at Intranet Future. So please join in with the discussion, whether you're watching live or the recording. Great to see a few people joining into the show. Welcome Daniela. Welcome Ben. Good morning to you both. Welcome Sean. Great to have you on the show this morning. So we are talking about the latest social media news. Lots of obviously mainstream news last week with Brexit, but we are just focusing solely on last week's social media news, which might be a refreshing change for some of you. Good morning, Steve. Welcome to the show. Going to kick off with Facebook news. Welcome, Marcus. Just noted that you've joined there. Great to have you on the show. Facebook news. We are going to kick off with. So the big news from Facebook last week is that they are testing a new page layout. So quite often the collective groan goes up when Facebook make changes to the page. To the business pages on Facebook, but this actually is, I believe, a very positive change and looks really, really good indeed. I was one of the people that they tested the pages on last week, and I was lucky to quick enough to take a screenshot of that on my Intranet Future page. And just going to show you on the phone here what it looks like. Now, unfortunately, everything is now reversed on the phone. It didn't used to be the case with. Well, it's not a very good view there with Facebook, but that is the. Let me just get the full picture up. With Facebook Live, but that does seem to be the way now. I've got to figure out how to stop it being reversed, but you can get a bit of a glimpse of the new page layout there. Just to point out a few things, it's basically overall a lot cleaner. Cover picture, I assume it's bigger. I don't actually know technically if it's bigger or not, but it looks a lot bigger. And you've got a more prominent call to action button. Let me just tidy that up. Call to action button there. So very important, even more important to add a call to action button now. So mine says contact us there, as you might be able to see, but you can have it say buy now and all sorts of other options there. Name kind of like more prominent, but it's cleaner because basically they've dropped all the menu items that used to be to the top there. They've dropped them onto the left hand side there. I don't know if you can quite make that out. And all the sort of measurement and insight stuff is over to the other side. Nice clean column in the middle. So quite a few changes there to the new Facebook page. So whether this was a test, so whether these changes are coming in or not, can't say for sure. But my guess would be that they are, maybe with a few tweaks, and probably within a few weeks. But that is really just a guess. There's been no official comment from Facebook on the new page design, but let's do hope that they go ahead with it. Just had a few comments in there. Marcus, yeah, as you can probably tell, I do indeed like the layout. If you've seen the layout, what do you think? For those of you on the Local Business Network Facebook group, which is a fantastic group for business news information, sharing ideas, obtaining feedback, and getting recommendations. That's the Local Business Network on Facebook. I have actually published a screenshot of the page on there, so you're welcome to join in the discussions there. And also it is of course on my blog, which is what I was showing you there. So every week I do this show on a Monday at 8:45, and also blog about the week's social media news at intranetfuture.com/blog. There is also a newsletter that I put out on a Sunday night, flagging up the blog with some other good stuff like a social media tip, a useful tool, and a handy person to know on there as well. So you can sign up to my newsletter at the bottom of intranetfuture.com on the homepage. Questions coming in. Are they aiming to change any of the content? Not as far as I'm aware. There certainly didn't seem to be any changes of the content on this design. However, it is pretty strongly rumoured that a new shopping feature is coming in, and I've also seen that tested as well in the past. So it could be a new official sort of Facebook shop. Also Facebook buy buttons that are very interesting. So this would enable you to purchase items within Facebook by basically staying on Facebook, not going elsewhere, clicking a button and then adding your credit card information, purchasing an item. Enable consumers to do that. And of course, if you're a business selling small value items, that could be tremendously powerful, could really help you increase sales. So that is one to look out for in terms of new features on Facebook pages, and stay tuned, and I will of course update you on news of those as they come in. Marcus says looks very fresh and easy to navigate. Yeah, I would say definitely has improved. Some of the menu items were hidden away at the top before, but they are now easier to see on the left. And I would also say that if you're using tabs, so if you're setting up apps and tabs for things like competitions, quizzes, and perhaps your other social media within Facebook, they are now going to be more visible, which is great news, more visible on the left-hand side there. Welcome, Jonathan Gilbert. Fantastic to have you on the show. Yeah, big improvement, freeing up the cover photo, quite right, kind of like stands on its own there, making the cover photo even more important and more impactful. I think it kind of like looks nice without any text on it, but I think possibly, technically, there's no reason why you can't add text. There's nothing in the rules that says you can't. But I think you probably have to add text in the right way with the new design to make it sort of look quite good, because the whole design is basically quite clean and almost free of text. So bit of experimentation perhaps required there. Anyway, moving on, other Facebook news, there is a new creative hub. If you are an advertiser on Facebook, they're working on a creative hub, Facebook Creative Hub, to give you tools to collaborate and put together and also preview your ads. Welcome, Mr. Denley. Haven't seen you for a while. Good to have you on the show. So this Facebook Creative Hub, it's not fully launched yet. There is a link in my blog post, intranetfuture.com/blog, to the Facebook Creative Hub set up for advertisers, and you can now join the waiting list. So if you go to Facebook Creative Hub and sign up, you will be able to, one of the first people to be able to use the Creative Hub when it is first launched. So if you are at all interested or using Facebook ads, that is a must. Good morning, Robin. Finally managed to get online and see you live. Yeah, right. And hurrah to have you on the show as well, Robin. Fantastic. And hello to you, Mr. Denley. Fantastic that we've got a few people chatting away this morning on the show. Moving on to Facebook Live. So Mark Zuckerberg very, very keen on Facebook Live, and he did his first live Q&A using Facebook Live, of course, last week. Good morning, Kat. Welcome to the show. Using Facebook Live, and lots of interesting stuff on that interview. You can see that interview on my blog. Just the address once more, intranetfuture.com/blog. Good morning, Sarah. Long time no see to you. Lots of old friends popping up this morning. Yeah, an hour long, all about sort of entrepreneurship, future of Facebook, quite a bit about Mark Zuckerberg personally on there as well. All interesting stuff. But he also dropped in some new features that are coming to Facebook Live. And this is great news. Basically, the ability for people to drop into Facebook Live broadcasts. So if any one of you watching now wish to join in with me, basically appear on the screen, so for example for an interview or to do a panel Q&A, then you'll be able to do that with the new Facebook Live feature that is coming soon. So for those of you that are familiar with Blab, it's kind of like a Blab type functionality where you can basically do a panel show, a group of people, or perhaps an interview. Don't know any other details in terms of numbers, but obviously it will be at least one person that can drop into the show, and maybe more. Good morning, Angie. Fantastic to have you on the show. When will the new Facebook layout be rolled out? There is no word on that. In fact, there is no official word from Facebook that they are even testing it. So it's just one of those things that they are got out there and have sneaked under the radar. So I imagine it will be launched, but we don't know. We don't know when. This is all taken from YouNow. I'm not sure what YouNow. That sounds like a bit of a webinar type tool. It is indeed becoming really feature-rich Facebook Live. And not yet done with yet, another new feature coming is a waiting room feature. So one of the problems of Facebook Live, and indeed this show, is that you kind of like, even if you say you're going to start the show at 8:45, invariably people only join when they get the notification. It takes a few minutes for them to join, and by that time they've missed a few minutes of the show. So that's not so good. The two Jonathans, fantastic, Jonathan Gilbert. Yes, we should definitely set up a new Facebook Live show called the Two Jonathans, or at least an episode. So that sounds cool. I'm up for that. Good idea. There is going to be a waiting room feature to get over this problem of people missing the first few minutes of the show, or other broadcasters, a tactic which I don't really like, who use Facebook Live. They kind of like press the go live button and then just sit there and nothing happens for the first couple of minutes while they wait for people to join in. So this idea of a waiting room is going to get over that. So both two new features there, Facebook Live coming soon, ability to interview people, to have other people on the show, to basically bring in anybody that is currently watching. I imagine that's how it all works. So as Jonathan Gilbert says, if I wanted to bring him into the show right now, and so he'd be on camera and we'd be talking to each other, no matter what our location, that is going to be possible soon. So can't wait for that. Other news, do have to look at my blog posts now, can't do everything from memory. So I think that was all the Facebook, the interview with Mark Zuckerberg is there on my blog post, so do check that out. Oh, Facebook rumour, more Facebook Live stuff actually, reported that they've signed up 140 high-profile curators of programs for Facebook Live to basically do programming content. So this does seem to indicate that Mark Zuckerberg is using Facebook Live to take on traditional TV, perhaps. It's going to be big, this Facebook Live. That's for sure. Exclusive content for Facebook Live, etc. A bit more news on bots. These smart bots that I keep talking about relating to Facebook Messenger. Demoed on here a couple of weeks back the Messenger functionality with Skyscanner. If you go to the Skyscanner page, you can look at that. But Amex is the latest, American Express, latest to introduce a smart bot or personal assistant on Facebook Messenger. Kind of like a Q&A thing going on. They'll point you in the direction of hotels to stay in, talk to you about loyalty points, make recommendations, help you book flights, and that kind of thing. Instagram, excuse me, I just read the comments. I was going to say that Facebook is paying big brands, yes, to start using Facebook Live. Indeed, they are. It's a rumour, but it's probably almost certainly correct. So Gordon Ramsay is probably one of those, was it 140? Apparently 140 people who are being paid to produce Facebook Live content, so lots of good content coming up. We'll definitely need the ability to play Cheese Elevator music in waiting. Yes, it's going to be interesting to see what how the waiting room functionality works, but certainly going to be good. Handy feature for Facebook Live. Perhaps I'll let you choose the music, Robin. Welcome, Sarah. Late to the party, no notification. But that's weird. Sorry about that, Sarah, breaking Facebook there. Definitely going to stick to broadcasting on personal profile. I did try, don't know whether this is actually a tip for you that want to get into Facebook Live, those of you watching, but I did try for my Intranet Future page, but it didn't really work so well in terms of notifications and numbers of people watching. But that might be, I don't know, there might be other factors in that number of friends I've got on Facebook who are interested in social media, perhaps. I don't know. But certainly I'm going to continue doing personal profile broadcast on here. So basically, that is the way that it's going. Twitter, videos. They have increased the length of videos that you can upload. Was 30 seconds, then 60 seconds, and now 140 seconds to match their character limit. So much longer videos you can now upload to Twitter. All about video these days on social media. Lots of video features. That's probably about 70% of the things that I talk about on this show these days. Privacy settings issue, not on personal profile, because it can be if you forget to change it, but basically I do set to public, and therefore anybody can watch this broadcast either live or recording. The only downside on profile is notifications. I mean, there's downside on the page as well, because not everybody seems to get notified. But on the personal side, it does seem that people that follow me but aren't friends with me don't get notifications, which is really annoying, because those are the kind of people that would probably don't want to be the personal friend type thing, but are interested in my public posts, followers on Facebook, and it seems they don't get a notification, but hopefully that might be fixed, and they do soon. But yeah, if you're doing Facebook Live, of course you can just do it to friends. You can just do a Facebook Live with one person if you want to. You can totally choose who it's broadcast to from your profile. Pages contacting people. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like the problem. Raising awareness that you are doing the broadcast on the page. That is an issue. We're friends, but still, yeah, you should have got one. Just a glitch. Don't know why that is, but hopefully work next time. LinkedIn, just that I did a blog post if you missed it. Love LinkedIn, but there are a few things that are kind of like in need of fixing. So I did write an open letter to Microsoft. That's actually gone quite big on Twitter. It seems to be being retweeted all over the place, that blog post. But do check that out and read that on my blog. Pinterest ads are improving some additional targeting features. Basically, just experimenting with Pinterest ads. They do seem to be quite good, actually. Traditional sort of thing, you can take a post on Pinterest, a photo, and promote it to a targeted audience in addition to your followers on Pinterest. And now you can promote that promoted pin, it's called, to people that have visited your website or people that have signed up to your newsletter. Similar options that are available on Facebook and Twitter, but now on Pinterest too. Process called retargeting. Do talk to me if you need any help with setting up Facebook, Twitter or Pinterest ads, any aspect of that, or indeed using the new retargeting on Pinterest or existing retargeting to your warm leads on Facebook and Twitter. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we're over time, and I've got a meeting, so I must dash, try and keep this show to 15 minutes. If anyone has any comments or questions, do chip in quickly. But just to finish off with my number of the week, which is 500, or perhaps it should be 500 million. So that is the number of daily, is it daily or weekly? No, sorry, the number of monthly Instagram users. Just getting a bit confused there. It's 300 million daily Instagram users, but now 500 million monthly Instagram users. And that's kind of like around 200 million more than Twitter. So Instagram is bounding ahead in terms of users and user growth. Have a good day too, Sarah. Have a good day, everybody. Do feel free to contact me at Intranet Future on Twitter, and see you again soon on social media. Thanks very much for watching. Come back again. Hope to see you next week. Bye for now.